careful. Just about no so no. Hey, Charley, I call you careful. Just about no so no. Ayo. The camera. Oh, why? We can't just. Where the things pass? That's what I mean. Where the things pass? That's my problem. I know we got my wall. By the that's why they know they mind. They say, they know yes, they can put it out here. They know what they will do. And they will come back.
So it is very clear that when it comes to Ghanaians as a whole, our survival instinct, it flies off the window when we see things or we see something that we feel like, oh, this thing there, we want to do it. Because how? So yesterday it rained. It rained terribly, and the whole of Accra. You that you were not affected by the flood, then you are the top 1% at this point. Because yesterday's rain, it was crazy. It was so bad that the president had to go. They had to take him in a plane to go round to see how bad the situation was. Now, you would think, oh, Ghanaians will take the initiative and stay home, protect their properties, try to pick what they can pick. Because at this point, if you were affected by the flood yesterday, there was little to nothing you could have done. The water was so high that it was covering buildings, cars. There were houses that when you even look, you won't know that somebody's house is under there. So you would think, oh, Ghanaians will take this initiative and then stay home, stay safe and all. No, not at all. So yesterday, while it was raining terribly, where everywhere was flooded, a particular warehouse, they were also affected by the flood, and most of their things were washed away by the flood. Tell me why Ghanaians were seen looting from the water. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, it is wrong of them to do that. No, it is not, because at the end of the day, if they didn't take it, and ever say, we get it. But where does safety come to play in all of that? Because we could see that the water, the tides, it was very high. And then people still stayed there. People still fought their way through to get things. Toiletries, Milo, milk, biscuits, toffee. That was their main focus. This is the same flood that is alleged that 2 people have lost their lives. And then you still see people in the middle of the whole thing trying to carry things. Somebody was even trying to drag fridge in one video. And I'm like, where does survival come to play in all of this? Safety, when it comes to safety, as Ghanaians, it's like we are exempted. We just wake up, because now it's beginning to look like we are God's favorite. We wake up and then we do hele baba, and then we go about our way because, Accra. Now let's even talk about the flood situation, because every time it rains, I have to come here and talk about this, right? So we are not new to what I'm going to say, but let's talk about yesterday's one. It was terrible. Yesterday's one was so bad that if you live in this Accra, especially Accra. Mind you, other areas were affected. Yes, other regions too, they were affected. But you see Accra. If you live in Accra currently, and you still stand and you say, oh, my area doesn't get flooded, you are not serious. Unyanya ready. The well-developed estates, the well-developed communities are suffering from the flood. That is where we are at now. And then with the flood that is happening, the water carries so much rubbish. You see bottles, empty bottles, dustbins. Just say, and maybe someone will say, where? From where to where? Because you see rain, instead of us focusing on fighting or trying to, prevent water from entering your apartment, you will be praying that the water doesn't push rubbish to your place that you have to clear up. Hopefully, maybe the water will just flow, and then when it comes down, you just have to clean the sand and the mud. Or are we going to talk about the color of the water? Or are we going to talk about people still pouring their dustbins into the same water? And currently, at this point, I have come to the conclusion that the water is just paving way for itself. Because it's beginning to look like we are not learning. We are not. And it is high time that we, as a unit, we also start saying no to some of these things. Because we have seen this flood. There are some areas that even if it drizzles, their entire community floods. But you still see people going to rent in these areas, developing buildings in this area. It is high time we call ourselves to order, because we are also part of it. Yes, a lot of engineering work has to be done. Like they have to do some redirecting and a lot of things. Yes, that is the government side. But we as individuals too, we need to start saying no and yes to some of these places. Because you cannot tell me that a waterlogged area, like an area that even if the rain, one drop falls like this, the whole place is flooded. And you are fighting to get rent in that area, and somebody is still telling you to pay 3,000, 1,500, 2,000 for an apartment there. What they are doing? And don't even get me started on you can get an upstairs. Massa, this flood has shown us that even if you are upstairs, if the water wants to cover that whole building, it will cover it. And there's nothing anybody will do. And it's genuinely sad. It's really, really sad and heartbreaking. We saw videos from GH Media School. We saw the warehouse. We saw communities. We saw MPs. Honorable John Dramani was seen, going round. A lot of other MPs too were going round. They are trying to see how bad the situation is, to see what to do and what not to do. And in all of this, a lot of people too have still come out to call out the Accra mayor. That's Ma. Have you seen the situation of this Accra, the same Accra that you were awarded the best regional minister, right? The best regional minister for? Some too are saying, Charley, at this point, they should just remove the capital from Accra. Let them take it somewhere else, so that people will start spreading. Because Accra is so packed. It is so packed that there's no space for anything. Any small space, somebody is building, somebody is putting their kiosk, somebody wants to start something there. Accra is choked. It is bad. It is terrible. My heart goes out to those who lost their properties, because I know a lot of people. It's even alleged that some people died. ECG too, they took their initiative to turn off the lights, because Charley, yesterday's on there, it's on like we have ever seen. If we are going to be honest, we have never seen rain or flood like this in at least years. But that is not excuse for not preparing for it, because the flood there, it was giving us signs. It was giving us signs that the air banu. But it's like our head is strong. So we're like, it has floods more in THI. And now it has shown us wonders. And it has shown us that, Charley, if this flood thing continues and we don't change certain things, especially in this Accra, by the time the rainy season is over, Some of us won't even have an outfit cry to our name. So please, this is the time that we should start taking the initiative. And let's say, okay, the flood that happened yesterday, my place was not affected, so I'm safe. No. If you feel like you need to get shelves to put your things on a higher ground, do them. If you need to take your extension boards and all of that, or put them on higher shelves, please do. It doesn't stop the flood from affecting you and all that, but at least there are certain things that we can do just in case. Precious documents, certifications, whatever it is, laminate those ones. Yes. You would think, oh, maybe I make a do those things. These are because Charley, imagine going to the university and then flood, then you lose your certificate just because of what? Flood. You understand? These are things that Charley, we should start taking the initiative and doing them. Nobody's coming to do them for us. You understand? So yes, my heart goes out to those who were affected. Genuinely, I cannot even sit here and say, oh, this may be the last of its kind. For all we know, there's more to come. You understand? The best we can do is to stay safe. Try to, gather our things. Try to move out of these areas. And then hopefully, Charley, it doesn't hit us as bad as it did yesterday. Now, a lot of Ghanaians reacted differently, especially with the videos and pictures that were circulating on social media. Now, these are some comments off Twitter. So someone said, I guess these goods are not to be distributed to various shops for an ordinary Ghanaian to go buy. However, the people there are in need of them. That is why they go for it. True. The things that the flood washed up to specific places and people were seen looting them and all of that. Charley, at the end of them, these are things that they need. But is this advisable? No, it's not. Because God forbid it, another casualty happened. Explanation say the flood washed up some things and you felt like you needed to. Oh, Charley, in everything, safety first, though. Safety first. Someone also said, at this point, greed has overshadowed reasonability. They are taking someone's goods as if they are entitled to it. Charley, it's not entitlement. Oh. It is not entitlement. It is not at all. At the end of the day, these goods are already damaged. They are bad. You understand? And if they leave it, okay, let's be honest with ourselves. These goods, the water would have just washed them and they'll be damaged. They'll be damaged totally. You understand? These people are picking them, they are dragging them out of the water because they genuinely need it. Nobody will go and suffer and be standing in the middle of flood when they know that anything can go wrong if they feel like they don't need this thing. You understand? Now, someone also said, all those who can be identified must be arrested. That is stealing by finding. And these thieves will go on to sell these things at outrageous prices to unsuspecting customers. Now, some people have the idea that, some of these people that are picking these things want to go and sell them. You see, Ghana is Ghana. Charley, you never know. You never know. Right? And in the long run, Charley, the flood has washed it up. You understand? As to where it was washed from or where it is going, we do not know. You understand? If it has reached their side and they feel like, they can actually reach for these things and take them, it is sad. You understand? But at the end of the day, it's beginning to look like one man's loss is another one's gain. As sad as it may sound, it is the reality, especially yesterday. Anyway, that's all the updates we have on this story. We'll bring you guys more updates when we have them. This has been What They Go On here at the Yo Charley Studios. Semwamu Nimdada is your girl Mimi. We'll catch you on the next one.